Hello everyone, Skits here and welcome to second part of my top 25 Skyrim mods of 2014 series. This time we're gonna feature another 10 mods, and as always this is my personal list, so if you don't agree with it, feel free to post your opinion down in the comments. And also these are not full reviews and I will only tell you about some basic features of the mod, but if you want to see full reviews of these mods, I already did most of them on my channel. And now let's get to it. Coming up at place number 20 we have Era's Children Overhaul by Ranaline. This mod basically overhauls all of the children's appearance and also adds a custom new child race. Now in vanilla game most of girls and boys look the same and they don't have any unique features, and Era's Children Overhaul wants to change that. Now most of the kids have unique hairstyles, unique faces. They now also look a lot more like childs rather than what Bethesda gave us in vanilla game. I mean, those kids' faces look like smashed potatoes. Now since I don't want to sound like a freaking weirdo, I'm not gonna talk much about how kids changed. I mean, as you can see, they have new unique appearances, new unique hairstyles. There are also some new clothes added, and of course all the textures are in HD. Now the mod also adds a new playable race, so you can now play as a children. I mean, it has its disadvantages. For example, the first person enhanced camera does not work properly on the children's bodies. They are also a bit smaller. The carrying capacity is reduced as well, and also it feels kinda weird to play as a child in Skyrim world. Anyway, a great mod. I really liked all the new children's appearances. It is definitely a must-have because the vanilla children just look horrible, and that is the main reason why I put it on number 20. Coming up at place number 19 we have Familiar Faces by Verteiron. Now this mod basically allows you to synchronize all of your playthroughs. Now let me first explain what I mean by that. This mod allows you to save your current character that you're using for your current playthrough, and then after you start a new character you can then use the previous character that you saved as a companion, or you can just have him as an NPC in your game, or you can make him your enemy if you feel like. So now this way, if you did multiple playthroughs but you still don't want to say goodbye to your old characters, you can now bring them all together thanks to this mod. The first thing you need to do is get yourself a portal stone that should be added into your inventory after you install this mod. After that you can teleport yourself to Shrine of Heroes, which, let me tell you, looks absolutely amazing. It has a custom appearance. I especially love the sky and also the animations that play when you enter it or when you try to exit it. Now as you can see in this Shrine of Heroes you have tons of these books that you can use to save your characters in. After you click on one of these books you can start writing your tale, and that is when the saving process begins. As you can see, a nice animation will play, and after like 30 seconds your character should be saved. Now after that, on display in front of you, you can see other characters' achievement, if you decide to set with Stormcloaks or Imperials, and so on. Now almost everything that your character did is saved, along with skills, perks, armor that he was currently wearing when you saved him, and like I said, also all of his achievements. Now after that you can start a new playthrough, or you can just switch to a different character, and you can again teleport yourself to Shrine of Heroes, and then you can use the book that has already character written in it and use it to spawn that character somewhere in the world. After that the short quest will pop up in your journal and it will tell you where your spawned character is. After that you can meet him, make him your follower, or like I said, just a simple NPC that will roam your Skyrim. Coming up at place number 19 we have Equipping Overhaul by Dragon Dude 1029. Now this mod is a complete overhaul on Skyrim's system of swapping, equipping and dropping items. Now in vanilla game, whenever you try to swap your items, the item you had previously equipped just simply went into your inventory, and on your hip you could only see your currently equipped weapon. Now with this mod on, whenever you favorite a few items, they will also be displayed on your character. So now you can see bow, long swords, axes and other stuff on your character displayed, even though you don't have it equipped. Now there are a few clipping issues with this, but I still really liked it. Now the second feature is about swapping. With this mod, whenever you try to swap a weapon, your currently equipped item will be dropped on the ground and you have to pick it up manually again. Now this is not a realistic feature, because if you would be in a long range fight and you would suddenly be attacked by an enemy from behind, there is no way you would have time to put your bow back into inventory and pull out a different weapon out of your inventory. That would just take too much time, and so with this mod you will simply drop it. And the last feature is about torches. Now whenever you have a lit torch and you drop it on the ground, it will still stay lit, and you can use it as a movable light source, and it can be very useful in dark dungeons, for example. Overall, this mod adds a great deal of realism into the game, and it also adds nice visual candy to your character, because when you see your character fully gilded up, it looks really great. And so yeah, I definitely recommend this mod, and you should go ahead and check it out. Next up we've got Morskom Estate by DarkFox127 and Elianora. Now this is probably the best house mod that is available out there, and it was also one of the best mods for Skyrim in 2014. Now this mod basically allows you to build your own house. When you come to your new estate for the first time, there is basically nothing in it, and you have to rebuild it with your own hands by using different materials. Now you can buy these materials at Oceanside Supplies in Dawnstar, or you can also buy these supplies from various vendors around Skyrim. Now this house is great for people who are looking for a new house in their new playthrough, because it really can be built in one sitting. There are more and more available upgrades as you upgrade your smithing skill, and you also need quite a lot of material to build most of the upgrades. Other than building the house, there are also a few other unique features. You can clean your house with a broom, you have to take care of skewer infestation in basement, you can hire different people to help you guard your mansion, you can even build a boat after you finish almost all of the upgrades, you can also upgrade exteriors. There are, like I said, tons of interior upgrades. Now since this house was also made by Elianora, there are tons of unique clutter items, tons of unique decorations that look very good. There are also small other visual features like trophies. You can also use sorter to sort all of your items, and this house just generally offers everything you need. So this mod definitely gets a recommendation from me. I personally think it is best house for Skyrim out there, and I definitely recommend it. Coming up at place number 16 we have Luton Degradation by Sokco. Now I already did a review of this mod twice, so I won't give you too many details about this mod. If you want to know more about it, you can check the reviews, I will link down in the description. So this mod basically allows your items to degrade, and it also has different levels of loot to your enemies. Let's start off with the loot part. Now whenever you loot any different bandit, vampire or tag, you will see different levels of equipment on them. For example, some low-level bandit tags will only have normal equipment that is not tempered or enchanted, but bandit leaders, for example, we have superior armors or superior weapons. Now I personally really like this feature, because it just seems more realistic that other than you there are also different characters that can use enchanted and tempered items, and now you can also find these items on enemies. Now the second part of the mod is the degradation part. Now if you will use your weapons too much, now it will slowly degrade, and depending on how you will use it, it also changes the speed of your degradation. So for example, if you use sword as a shield, it will degrade a lot faster, or if you will use shield for attacking, it will also degrade a lot faster. Now you can repair your items by going to blacksmiths that also have different levels. So now Erlon Greymane is the best smith, and he can temper and enchant and repair your items all the way to the top levels, while some other blacksmith in Riverwood can only temper items to fine or to flawless. These are basically all the features this mod has to offer. Now I personally really like the realism of this mod, and the new addition of degradation system is really great. It reminded me of Fallout New Vegas system, and also the new loot on enemies is a good addition as well, so definitely go ahead and check it out. Coming up at place number 15 we have Guild Starter by Sokco 816. Now this mod allows you to build your own guild. First thing you need to do is drop your HQ marker. After that you have to equip a recruiting amulet, and after that you can hire people into guild. You can basically hire anyone you want, ranging from Jarls to normal soldiers. After you hire your recruit, he will go to HQ marker, and there he will start patrolling your HQ. After your guild members arrive at your HQ marker, you can give them jobs. Now you can make them patrol headquarters, you can make them your follower, you can trade items with them, you can take money they earned from jobs, and you can also give them different jobs. Now the jobs vary from assassinations to cooking to helping, and they all affect your relationships with selected holds. So for example, if you send your guild members to assassinate someone in Whiterun, your relationship with that hold will lower, but if you will send someone to make good deeds in Whiterun, your relationship will rise. Now you can also name your guild, you can also level it up, and when you level up your guild you will gain perks, and then you can use those in mod configuration menu. Now I personally really like this mod because I always wanted to build a guild in Skyrim and I was never allowed to, and now I can do that. I mean, it is still pretty simple, but I like the basic idea around it, and that is the main reason why I chose it as number 15. 14th place goes to follower Commentary Overhaul by Terzaerian. Now we all know that vanilla followers are dull, they don't have anything to say and they are basically all the same. The only thing that is different about them is their visuals, and even those are usually very similar. Now this mod aims to change that by giving followers unique personalities. Now if you will hire any of the vanilla followers and you start traveling with them and fighting with them, they will always have different things to say about your surroundings, about the places you are, and they will just generally talk a lot more, and that develops their personality. Now each one of followers has his unique own lines, and their commentary will also depend on places you are visiting. So if you are in Whiterun, your companion will talk about Whiterun. If you are in a wild nature, your companion can talk about battle or some other various random stuff. Now the companions now do talk a lot more than they used to, and it can also get annoying sometimes, so make sure you check out the mod configuration menu where you can set the frequency of how much your companion will talk. Now I personally love this mod because, like I said, vanilla followers don't have any personality, and with this mod they are more fleshed out, and I also start to like them a lot more. So like I said, an amazing mod, definitely check it out. I mean, it gives your vanilla followers a personality and it just makes traveling with them a lot better. Coming up at place number 13 we have Wintermyst Enchantments of Skyrim by Enai Siaion and D3 and D0. Now this mod adds a whole lot of new enchantments into your game. In vanilla game there are only 34 enchantments available, and most of them are really not interesting, and they're all about perks and different skills that they boost. Now this mod has 104 new enchantments, 57 of them are armor enchantments and 47 of them are weapon enchantments. And most of them also come with a unique feature. Now these enchantments can be found on dead enemies, can be bought from vendors, and also can be found in treasure chests, and they're just generally scattered around the world. Now like I said, most of them come with a unique feature. For example, one of my favorite one was an assassin enchantment, that when you killed an enemy, the next hit you dealt to another enemy was 10 times stronger. So if you were a berserk type of character that just went all out, this enchantment is very useful for you. Then there are some other defensive enchantments. For example, when you are blocking with your shield, you gain a 25 plus to defense, and there are also some enchantments that only boost certain playstyles. So for example, if you are a dual caster, there are some enchantments that can boost your dual casting abilities. There are also some other non-fighting related enchantments, like the enchantment that allows you to sell stolen items to any vendors, and other tons and tons of unique enchantments that I simply don't have time to feature. And so yeah, my main reason for putting this mod all the way up at number 13 is mainly the huge amount of new unique enchantments that have various uses, and the fact that this mod is probably the best enchantments mod that came out in 2014. Coming up next we have Complete Crafting Overhaul Remade by kryptopyr. Now this mod, just like the name says, completely overhauls the crafting system. Now the list of features that this mod adds is really long, and I don't want to bother you with all of them, so let me just tell you a few basic ones. Now first of all, there is a mod configuration menu that basically serves as a filter. There you can select what type of weapons or armors or other various equipment you don't want to show in your crafting menu. So if you don't feel like crafting swords or axes, you can just unclick those and they will not appear in your crafting menu. Now the filter is really complex. You can even unselect the items you don't have necessary ingredients for, so that your crafting menu won't be full of items you can't create. And generally the filter is very complex, and it really helps you to sort things you want or don't want to craft. There are also some changes to smelting system. Now you can smelt the various items to get the ingots you want, so you can now for example smelt septims into gold ingots, silver weapons into silver ingots, and so on. With this mod you also need different hides to craft different armors. For example, you will need gold hide to craft iron armors, and so on. Most of the recipes were also reworked, so you will now need different ingredients to craft items. Generally the whole system is now a lot more logical and corresponds to real life crafting system a lot more. During mining you now also have a chance of obtaining a soul gem, and certain gems are now tied to specific ore types. You can also only craft daedric items at night, and the list goes on. Generally this mod overhauls the whole crafting system, and I would really recommend it to people who are sick of vanilla crafting system and want to try something new. And finally, place number 11 goes to Skyrim Enhanced Camera by LogicDragon. Now you may know this mod from Fallout, Oblivion, or from my top 10 Fallout New Vegas mods in 2014 video. This mod adds a new first person camera view into the game. It uses a hybrid between first and third person body. Now I don't really get how this works, so I don't want to go into details on that, but let me tell you, it looks amazing. Just like in Fallout or Oblivion, this mod allows you to see your body in first person. Other than seeing your body when you run, sprint, jump or fight, other various third person animations are now also forced into first person. For example, smithing, smelting, working on taining rack, alchemy or enchanting tables. Now I personally did not found any bugs with this mod, but it is of course not compatible with any mods that change first person, and it also has slight visual bugs with mods that add 360 spinning animations. Now my main reason for including this mod at number 11 is that it adds a whole new perspective on first person camera view, and that it has a feature that is not so common in games nowadays, and that is ability to see your own character's body. So like I said, a great feature, I really love it, and I personally think it is the best first person camera mod for Skyrim, and I definitely recommend it. And yeah guys, I guess that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I am sorry for my inactivity in last few weeks, but it is hard to combine free time with school and videos. That is the reason why I'm not as active as I used to. Hopefully I can pull out the rest of this list in the upcoming days. If not, it should come out in a few weeks, but hopefully by the end of the March I will finish this list, and then I will continue with other top 10s that I already have in mind. And yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, tell me what you think about it in the comments, subscribe for more Fallout, Skyrim and DayZ content, and I will see you next time.